Why is it that I have so many ideas when I'm away from my computer, then I sit down to write the script and my mind goes blank? What's up with that? I don't know about you, but I, for one, have been converted to the ice cream fork supremacy cult. Fan club. We meet on Mondays. I remember the first time I ate ice cream with a fork. It was a very socially acceptable time to be both awake and eating ice cream, of course. What do I look like to you, some weirdo? Okay, fine, it was 3 a.m. But, to my immense disappointment, it seemed as though some little goblin had come into my house and used all my spoons without washing them. Okay, fine, it was me. I'm the goblin. I opened my utensil drawer to find nothing but forks. So I did what any self-respecting person would do. I picked up a sponge in one hand and a dirty spoon in the other and said, screw this, I'll just use a fork. So I picked up my ice cream in one hand and a clean fork in the other and proceeded to eat the ice cream as George Washington intended. That is, straight from the tub, wearing my pajamas and sitting on the kitchen floor. America! And I discovered something that would change my life forever. Eating ice cream with a fork is better than eating it with a spoon. Now, I still thought myself weird for doing it at the time. I'm not one of those weirdos that eats pizza with a fork. I tend to use the socially acceptable utensil in every possible scenario. But after my extensive research, I found out that I'm not alone. It's rare, but other people do eat ice cream with a fork. On top of that, according to my very extensive research, that's the proper way to do it, or at least it was in the Victorian era, and only when said ice cream was served on a plate. And apparently, proper etiquette still calls for a fork. They even had a special ice cream fork back in the day. But they also had a variety of other useless utensils, such as snail forks and grape scissors. So maybe we shouldn't go by Victorian-era standards after all? But I still think forks are superior. My membership with the Ice Cream Fork Supremacy Fan Club isn't just for show. I'm there every Wednesday. For one, those buggers are sharper. Have you ever tried to eat out of a tub of ice cream when it's come directly from the freezer? If so, well then, you should know that normal people eat ice cream from bowls, you degenerate. Takes one to know one. That aside, you probably also know that you've got to sit there for 5 minutes trying to get the spoon to penetrate the ice cream's frozen surface. Do you know how many metal spoons I've bent trying to get ice cream out of the container? Too many. But not once did I ever bend a fork. Forks get right down in there and get the job done fast. And after you have the fork finish unclogging your toilet, they can get ice cream out pretty efficiently too. Now, some might argue that ice cream that starts to melt can't be picked up with a fork, in which case you'd need a spoon, and to that I say, how long are you taking to eat your ice cream? Are you eating it, or are you using it to make a watercolor portrait of Vanilla Ice? Actually, on second thought, that would be pretty cool. Too bad I can't paint. But as for me, I like to get my ice cream into my stomach as quickly as possible. As a result, I'm very familiar with brain freeze. As a result, I never have to deal with melted ice cream that can't be picked up with a fork. Checkmate, atheists. Convert to the Ice Cream Fork Supremacy cult. Fan club. We meet on Tuesdays. Well, at any rate, you can't say you don't like it until you try it. Don't forget to avoid that subscribe button. It would be a darn shame if you were to be notified whenever I upload more cringeworthy content. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to prepare more peanut brittle for the next Ice Cream Fork Supremacy Fan Club meeting. We meet on Thursdays.